Good afternoon to those who listen. 2:02 p.m., April 14, 2024. I'm trying to get it where I don't have as much glare. I was having a lot of glare off the TV, so I took my computer into a different room where it's darker. But anyway, I'm starting to be more convinced that these missiles and drones were not that at all. They were actual meteors coming in. All right, so now this was October 7th when the attack happened the first time. I'm going to compare these missiles being shot down to what happened yesterday. Don't even really see them going down. You see the missiles being shot up to knock them out of the sky, but you don't see any coming down. Here's some more footage of it. Now this was right from, Israel's border. Now this is still October 7th, right? So you got those. Now let's take a look at yesterday. Add.
Sure feels good when you get it right.
And 300.
All right, so now I might have to go back.
Missiles and the
Attack
more.
was intercepting.
They're going to.
Hold on, let me find it.
Planning to have more conversations.
Okay, now here's
on Israel's plans
here's
in southern
the
Gaza in Rafah.
missiles now,
In the White
supposedly.
House about that all day today. They said they're still going to keep having those conversations with Israel. But you're exactly right. The president knew that especially after the last few weeks, the tougher conversations he has had with Israel, it was so important that when Israel was under attack again, the president wanted to make clear to the world that the U.S. was standing with him and not with Israel. Not only we saw, of course, last night the president doing that diplomatically on the phone with Benjamin Netanyahu, but of course militarily. I mean, U.S. airmen in the air working to make sure that Israel was safe, shooting those objects down from the sky. When we just got word that the president called members of
Oh, it looks like meteors burning up in the atmosphere. Maybe they were shooting down meteors?
That was clearly the priority from the White House today. All right, White House correspondent.
And unity. The buildings are all still standing. Buildings that have been here for, thousands of years.
Somebody was saying,
but it is true.
somebody
that a lot has
commented,
changed in the bigger picture.
Whoops, what is if a missile gets through
crisis,
and destroys the dome on the rock?
Society has moved on. People were in the pool at the hotel where we are today.
And another crazy thing, look at this.
Grocery store. The government has moved on. Traffic is
The way
up.
the angles that they're coming down.
We have a gentleman that we've been working with who's
It's
been driving
strange.
us around. He was telling us that, people he's talking to.
So, I don't know. There's also reports, when all the civilians were told to take shelter, there was thousands, maybe tens of thousands of Muslims all at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, all outside while all these missiles were coming in. Why were they? That seems odd too. Why would, if there's an attack going on, why would you be out in public? It's like they knew something, that either they knew that You know, none of those missiles were actually going to get through because they weren't even scared in the least about the attack. So everybody else is undercover while all the Muslims were out, you know, worshiping and just out in public. That seems odd too. So let me know what you think about that. To me, it just seems like, see if I can find anything else where
It is still tense. I spoke to people
Yeah,
on
that
the
was a
streets of
pretty
Tel
good
Aviv,
one.
on the streets of Jerusalem.
To this weekend's attack.
and now the United States is not going to help in any counterstrike. Our president says that, you know, the is country won. They're victorious. They should just not retaliate, not do anything, just let it go. Really? What is going on?
Discuss the Israeli response. Some are urging Netanyahu not to respond immediately, as some on the far right call it for a major military
Well,
response.
he said
It's unclear where
he told
Netanyahu stands, but any
the
Israeli response
people,
could trigger another round of attacks.
he told them,
Tehran
don't go
has
to
made
bed
that
tonight
very,
because
very clear.
they're going to be an
And the
attack
danger
before
escalation here and an
they go to
all-out
bed.
war then becomes
Well, it's
very
what,
real.
10 p.m. there right now, so
Well, I have you,
could be
Brett, just
any
watching
minute.
you
Where's
last
the
night and through the night, and the way you
Where's the-
described the skies of
There we go.
Jerusalem
We're
just
almost there.
lighting up. Now that you've had a chance to maybe get a few
Give me
minutes
one more
of
second
sleep,
for this
wake
to
up
come.
this morning and continue your coverage, your thoughts,
Come
your
on.
reflections from what you observed last night until this morning,
There should
where
be any
we are
second where
wondering
it
what could
shows
happen
the
next.
missiles.
Yeah, look, it was a long night. It was a tense night, and
know,
I
as
think
soon as I
people
try to
woke up
fast
this
forward it-
morning thinking, okay, what was that? Reflecting on what exactly happened. Obviously, you know, we saw around 99% success rate, and that helped alleviate
There we go,
some
finally.
fears, and the damage caused was minimal. But look, it is still tense.
Look at the
I
way they're
spoke to
coming
people on
down.
the streets of Tel Aviv, on the streets of Jerusalem before this strike, and they did seem kind of unfazed, and that really took us aback because
Is this
we were
actually
saying, you know,
meteors?
there are all signs pointing towards a strike, and they kind of said, well, you know, if you're in
Crazy.
Israel, you're kind of used to this violence or this lingering threat. But I think now it's really hit home. People have had to run into their bunkers to take cover. Usually, in
Doesn't
most
it look
of
like
cities
meteors
in Israel,
breaking
you've
up
got
in
a
the
minute and a
atmosphere?
half to run into that bunker.
I don't know,
But
man.
look, as
Looks
I
crazy to me.
described last night, it was
Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. God bless.